It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce has a couple events planned. The first one coming up in several days. It's a career expo set for Wednesday, February the 8th at Coastal Pines Technical College at the Polytech Center. If you're looking for a job or a new career, they state you will want to check this out. In Career Expo, it'll feature several local industries and businesses with current job openings and on-site interviews. Several companies helping put on the expo, including Rainier, Sierra International Machinery, Yellowwood, Chemours, Georgia Power, EAM, Windmore Hospital, the Chamber of Commerce, and the Wayne County Industrial Development Authority. Once again, a big day planned for Wednesday, February the 8th at Coastal Pines Technical College, 1777 West Cherry Street in Jesup. The time, once again, from 3 to 7 p.m. The date, Wednesday, February the 8th. Chamber also set the date for their 14th annual Taste of Wayne. This year, the event will be a night at the races. The date to mark on your calendar is Thursday, April the 13th. From 6 to 10 p.m., also taking place at Coastal Pines Technical College. Chamber this time seeking food vendors and sponsorship for the event. Also, if you'd like to donate a live or silent auction, just give the Chamber a call at 427-2028. Again, it's the 14th Annual Taste of Wayne, sponsored by the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. The date, once again, Thursday, April 13th from 6 to 10 p.m. at Coastal Pines Technical College. Wayne County Board of Tourism gearing up for this coming month's Hog Jam. The date's February 17th through the 19th. Again, the statewide hunt begins at 2 p.m. that Friday on the 17th, ends on Sunday the 19th at 12 noon. Registration for the hunt will close at 6 p.m. on Friday, February 17th at 6 p.m. with on-site registration available at Hunt Headquarters at the J.C. Fair building. Online registrations open through 2 p.m. Friday. Registration is $50 for bow or gun hunters. Hunters can pay $100 to hunt in both categories. Hunters 16 under hunt free with a registered adult hunter. All hogs must be weighed in at the fairgrounds in Jesup, but participants can hunt anywhere in the state or any of the connecting states as long as they have permission to do so. Hunters must be in line at weigh-in by 12 noon that Sunday or they're disqualified. Participants are responsible for knowledge of the rules. Registration rules available online through active.com, or registration forms can be printed from the Tourism Board website, waynetourism.com. The Wayne County Tourism Board Hog Jam again set for February 17th through the 19th with the headquarters once again at the J.C. Fair building. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, today is the last day of January. Next week, February kicks in. County Commissioner will meet this coming Monday, February 6th. Still have not received the agenda as of yet, but it will be their second meeting of the year. They're hoping it's not as long as the first meeting, which included a 2-hour executive session. They reached an agreement and parted ways with County Administrator Ed Jeffords and appointed longtime clerk Amanda Hanna as the interim county administrator as the search for the new Wayne County full-time administrator is underway. Several 3-2 votes at the January meeting. One was on term limits for local county elected officials. Kevin McCreary, Jamie Hickox, and Mike Gordon voting yes, but Tim Hopkins and James Thomas voting no. Hopkins says he didn't want to see local government stepping in and taking away voters' rights. Hopkins says let the voters decide who serves and who does not. In order to have term limits established locally, the county would have to get this passed by the state legislature. All discussions WIFO-FM has had with our local delegation word is that unless it's a unanimous vote by the local board of education, local board, county, city, school board, the state steers clear of local politics. James Thomas is the longest-serving commissioner. He, at the last meeting, felt this was directed towards him. He says no one has anything to worry about as he says this is his final term. He says his wife has informed him he's not running again. Once again, the vote 3-2 at the January meeting. We'll continue to follow the story as it develops. Other 3-2 vote to remove Tyrone Johnson from the Heart of Georgia board, which he was serving along with Commissioner James Thomas. Mike Gordon made a motion saying he wanted a conservative to serve on the board. Motion passed with Gordon, Kevin McCreary, and Jamie Hickox voting yes, while Tim Hopkins and James Thomas voted no. Hopkins stated that no one on the board was more conservative than he was, but if a person is doing a good job, then removing the person is simply wrong. Commissioner Thomas says Johnson attended every meeting since being appointed to the board. He also could not vote supporting removing him, but again, the vote was 3-2 to remove Tyrone Johnson, and that motion did pass. Once again, the second meeting with the new board set for the first Monday of the month, which is Monday, February 6th. Still waiting on the agenda. Once we receive it, we'll have it here on the local news. Wayne County registered voters will soon be headed to the voting booth to decide the fate of the Board of Education's East Blast, which comes up for renewal. Early voting begins in late February, runs up until the date of the vote, which is Tuesday, March 21st. The school system hoping it passes. It'll raise approximately $30 million over a 5-year period, and the school superintendent and school board state the top 2 projects will be an ROTC building and a new agricultural center. There'll be 3 weeks of early voting. You must be a registered voter in order to vote yes or no. Once again, this is not a new tax, but a continuation of the East Blast for Education. The vote again set for Tuesday, March 21st, with early voting to begin 3 weeks prior to that date. Scriven Elementary School is hosting their second APTT meeting today, Tuesday, January 31st, for kindergarten through second grade from 6 to 7:30. Third through fifth grades will meet Thursday, February 2nd from 6 to 7:30 p.m. At each of the meetings, the Scriven Elementary School Chorus Club will have its debut performance at 5:45 p.m. on each of those dates. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor or other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final note of news, again, we continue with our conversation with our elected officials at the state capitol. Today is Tuesdays with Tillery. We'll talk with State Senator Blake Tillery, who oversees the state budget, works closely with the governor. Again, we'll get his thoughts on the governor's State of the State address and other issues. Governor Kemp, in his State of the State address last week, says he promises to get tougher on crime and took aim at what he calls the revolving door of the criminal justice system. Governor's advisors indicate he's reviewing legislation that could pressure prosecutors to act with urgency in targeting serious offenders. Kemp also has backed efforts to limit no-cash bail, stiffen human trafficking penalties, and add more law enforcement officers. Governor also called attention to fully funding the state's K-12 system and wants to pump more money into the Hope Scholarship, reversing cuts to the popular program enacted back in 2011. Governor also promoting a new $2,000 pay raise for teachers after obtaining a $5,000 increase from K-12 educators in his first term in office. Also wants to increase the number of healthcare workers in the state, providing an additional $1.7 million to finance 102 new residency slots across the state. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan's. Have a great day.